on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams for what should be a terrific matchup here tonight. From Spectrum Center in Uptown Charlotte, tonight, the Charlotte Hornets taking on the Boston Celtics. Boston controls the tap. Jay, for once, Trader Danny was Danny Ainge. Celtics didn't do that much, but Eastern Conference didn't see much change either.
Yeah, they didn't need to do anything if you're the Boston Celtics. You already have all the pieces to the puzzle. There's no doubt about it. The Celtics are now in the driver's seat.
Shot by Tatum won't go. To Rozier. Good look that time, but off the mark.
And physicality is your friend. Don't let these guys get any easy ones down low. Make them look at the refs, wondering where the foul was every time.
To Hayward. Here comes the screen. Hayward. Fine to shoot. Tatum. Not that time. He missed it. Batum. Jason Tatum with a piece.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
To Cantor. Shot from the lane won't go.
Because he had no body control. You have to be able to control your body when you attack the rim at full speed. That's part of your concentration. People assume concentration just on the rim, but your body control is everything. Be able to speed yourself up or slow yourself down.
To Kemba Walker. Here comes the screen. Boston with 4 to shoot. Walker. He made his first effort, but not that time. And his Cantor missed his first. That one goes.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
Here comes the screen. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Walker with the basketball. Up by 3. And a pass taken away by Charlotte. Gets toughness right there. Physical inside, gets it to go.
There you go. I like seeing scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Walker to Hayward. Reset here. Let's see what they do. Cleans it up. And his Cantor. 2 for 3 now here in the first.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Batum. Just off the mark.
And that's how you close out on a shooter with a sense of urgency. The shooter was more worried about his landing space than he was his shot.
To Hayward. To Walker. The Celtics down to 4 in the shot clock. Walker. No good. That's great defense. Rozier with it. They're down 3. To Nick Batum. Off the assist.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Across the timeline, it's Walker. Looking to make something happen. Hayward to Cantor. Nothing going here on that drive. Cody Zeller snatching it out of the air.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
To Batum. To Rozier. Missed a wide open look.
Well, you can't finish with your right hand on the left side of the rim. You actually have to use your opposite hand. Steve Nash is one of the best at this. Different shots at different angles, high off the glass, expecting that there are trees down below with long wingspans that can block your shot.
And it's Cantor. He's 3 of 5, 60% shooting from the field.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
A bad pass, and the Celtics have it. Walker to Hayward. Deep two there, won't go.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning an ankle on that landing.
A shot no good there by Williams. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
There's some players out there that like the freedom of space, and then we have the anomalies. We have the players who feel comfortable being uncomfortable, and almost the physicality of the game centers them and puts them right on balance every time.
See the screen, see it.
Give it to him. Kemba Walker, 2 of 4 now.
When I think about Kemba Walker, I think about a self-made elite PG. He's a little guy that thrives amongst the NBA giants, and he's fearless. Let me tell you about how fearless he is. Even Alvin Gentry said he's probably the biggest competitor he's ever seen. You could put him right up there with the likes of Kobe Bryant from a competitive standpoint. That goes to show you that Walker will do anything and everything to beat you every possession.
Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. To Miles Bridges. That ball's out of bounds off the Hornets. Boston with the basketball. Hayward to Cantor. Surveys the floor. To Hayward. Finish that. To Cantor. And it's Cantor. 4 out of 7.
Big shout out to the athletic trainer for this team. It's obvious you've been doing all the preparation required of your team in the weight room in the offseason. Flex on them a little bit.
Miles Bridges. Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
And he misses that one free throw. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Billy Hernan-Gomez trying to cash in on the three-point play. For his career, 69% at the line. Unable to connect on the free throw. To Hayward. Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Hornets right now in possession. To Miles Bridges. Shot clock to 4 for Charlotte. Doesn't get the bounce.
And that's how you make a difference. Every shot that the offense takes, make sure that it has a 10 as far as degree of difficulty.
To Hayward. Shot won't go. Knocked loose. Celtics come away with it. Bridges up to block the shot.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
That's rebounded by the Hornets. New blood coming in for both sides. Celtics have it. Scores from the post.
There you go, finally. Shoot your shot.
Rozier into the front court. His team down 9. To Miles Bridges. Rebound for Smart. Off the penetration, almost, but no good. And a pass stolen by Boston. Nothing going here on that drive. Here comes the screen. Has a chance. Wide open look, won't go.
The defense has to find a way to become mentally present in this ball game. Another open look, the offense is picking them apart.
Has a look. That's no good.
Woo, I like that intensity on that play. That's how you actually dig in the dirt and do your job on the defensive end.
With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
Old school equals high percentage.
Now a timeout coming here from the Hornets coach as he'll talk things over here in the first quarter. Some lineup changes now for both clubs. To Miles Bridges. Missed it. How'd that not go down? Brown into the front court. It's an 11-point game. To Marcus Smart. Shot clock winding down. The shot almost across the timeline. It's Rozier, trailing by 11. To Nick Batum. The pass set it all up.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Shot misses there by Smart. He'll let one fly from half court. That's it for the first quarter with the Celtics in front. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Walker into the front court. The lead stands at 9. Here comes the screen. Tough make through traffic.
Bulldog. Look, it ain't always going to be pretty, but this is a results-oriented business, and this dude will always give you a good ROI.
To Batum. Pass taken away by the Celtics.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Charlotte with the basketball. And the slam.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Into the front court, it's Walker. It's a 9-point lead. To Marcus Smart.
Screen coming your way, screen coming your way.
Won't go.
Double team.
Takes it coast to coast and the strong finish at the rim.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Screen coming. Nothing going here on that drive. Gets to the basket and scores.
Ed, here's a next level comment for you. K-Walk is one of the rare guys in the league today that blurs the lines between the streets and the league.
To Miles Bridges. Oh, had him going there for a second. Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
Celtics have it. Walker to Jaylen Brown. Sizing up the defense. Runner's good there.
You know, Ed, so many times we see people flexing on social media in the offseason, but they rarely put in the work, the substance. Not Jaylen Brown. This dude's been putting in the grind every single day in the gym. He's ready.
Here comes the screen. To Nick Batum. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Walker to Jaylen Brown.
Sit him down. Ice.
Curling inside. Here comes the screen. Walker. Well defended. Oh, bad pass, and the Celtics have it. Walker. Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
We have both squads set to make some moves right now. To Rozier. Count the basket inside.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Walker with the basketball. Lead stands at 7. Oh, he had him there for a second. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
Learn from that. You got to be a step ahead of the offensive player. Know that fake is coming again later.
And scores.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Across the timeline, it's Walker. His team up by 7. Nothing going here on that drive. Walker to Marcus Smart. Boston with 4 to shoot. Short jumper off the mark.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
To Rozier. That's Smart with the rebound. Walker into the front court. He'll run the offense. Give it to him. Kemba Walker, 4 out of 7.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Throws it down.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Ball's controlled by Boston. Screen coming. Trying to cash in. Off the mark.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
To Rozier. The drive. Right to the basket. Enes Kanter able to recover with the block. Brown with it up top. Looking to make something happen. To Kemba Walker. Nice pass to get things going.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
To Rozier. Screen coming. Nice pace, sets it up and slams it down.
And the last 10 sequences down the court, everybody's touched the ball. You don't see anybody with any kind of negative expressions on their face because everybody's eating.
Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes.
Here comes screen, here comes screen, here comes screen.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Kemba Walker at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. A career 83% free throw shooter. The free throw good. Cashes in on the 3-point play. The lead now stands at 10. And look out.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. Into the front court, it's Walker. His team on top by 8. To Hayward. Driving right to the basket. Split the D there, but he can't get it to drop. That's what you like to see off the pick and roll. Nice, easy basket.
I mean, if you have athletic ability like that guy offensively, as soon as you beat your man, if you don't beat him off the ground for the jump, you have no chance.
Hayward. From the painted area, won't go down. Rozier with it. Down 6. Oh, emphatic slam.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Boston with the basketball. Walker. Whoa! What a finish! That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
Rozier rocking the rim.
Not always the first option, but his number was definitely called on that one.
Walker with the basketball. Up 6. To Cantor. Terrific vision. It was right there. To Rozier. The jab step opens up space to knock down the jumper.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Walker to Marcus Smart. Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive. Walker to Hayward. Shot clock winding down. Hayward. Tatum. He engulfed him that time. Batum. To Rozier. Nothing going here on that drive. Screen coming. And a pass stolen by Boston.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
And he knocks it down. Jay, as key a move as you'll find in the NBA.
And it is the new age triple threat. It does two things. Number one, it creates distance in a hurry. Number two, when you're stepping east to west while maintaining your dribble, which is a difference maker, it throws a defender off because now he's at your mercy and he's off balance.
And it just may be, Jay, the biggest threat late in the shot clock.
Especially if you add a hesitation to the move or if you look at the rim, you'll most time have the defender jumping out of the shoes.
We wish defenders all the best in this game defending that. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Stuffs it down with authority.
It's really a dope thing when passing becomes infectious. But don't become overly passive. Still take your shots when they're there.
Across the timeline, it's Walker. Leads 4. Nothing going here on that drive. They've slowed down the pace. Now 3 on the shot clock. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Kemba Walker trying to cash in on a three-point play. Hasn't missed yet. The free throw, perfect. And the lead is up to 7. To Batum. Oh, emphatic slam.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Time expires to end the first half. The Celtics have the lead.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and I've got your EA Sports halftime report. The Celtics are in a tight battle after 2 quarters. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Boston Celtics. The Charlotte Hornets are still very much in this matchup. And even though they don't have the lead, they're doing a great job of moving the ball around. They might find themselves on the winning end of the scoreboard if they can keep it up. These are the guys getting buckets. For the Charlotte Hornets,
Game track. Bench points.
the coaches are getting the kind of bench production that can make for some interesting rotations. Keep an eye on the substitution patterns in the second half.
Player of the half.
Kemba Walker was lighting up the scoreboard in the first half, and I'm not sure the defense will be able to figure out what it'll take to slow him down. He looks like he's in a zone. We handpicked them for you. Here are the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
Fellas, back to you.
Tight game through the first 2 quarters as we resume play here in the third. Walker into the front court. Up 5. To Hayward. To Nick Batum. Fires the 3. And Nikola Batum. Good from the outside.
There is no doubt about it, Ed. This is the best isolation weapon versus lockdown defenders ever made.
So tough to guard on that trip. Nothing going here on that drive. Walker to Jaylen Brown. No good. And it's Cantor. With that shot, he's 5 for 8.
I was expecting the dish there, but way to fake that one and lay that one in.
Rozier into the front court. His guys trail now by 4. Nothing going here on that drive. To Batum. Now ready with a couple of free throws.
This drives me nuts when I see fouls like that being called in a close game. Sometimes you just gotta let them play, ref.
First one, count it. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Into the front court, it's Walker. 2-point advantage. To Cantor. And he's going to the free throw line.
No, no, no. I'll tell you. The team that makes the little mistakes, like committing unnecessary reach-in fouls like that, will be the team that ends up with the L.
And he connects on the first free throw. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Hornets at the controls of this one. Here comes the screen. Short jumper won't fall. Walker with the basketball. They lead it. 4-point game. To Cantor. Nice pass to set things up.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
I got something for him.
To Rozier. Here comes the screen. Five on the shot clock. Celtics able to clear the board. Across the timeline, it's Walker. Up by 6. To Cantor. And it's Cantor above the rim.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. Charlotte basketball.
I got blocked.
To Nick Batum. Here comes the screen.
I got you.
Count it.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in a defensive end, when there is a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
We got him. Here we go. Hillside. Shot.
And buries it. Jay, they'll take that any day.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Walker into the front court. It's an 8-point lead. Nothing going here on that drive. Count the basket at the rim.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Across the timeline, it's Rozier. His guys trail by 10. Batum to Rozier. Had a chance, but it's no good. Hayward, great feed. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Hornets have the basketball. To Batum. Nikola Batum. He's now shooting 5 for 7.
We're watching the clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
To Hayward. Walker. To Cantor. Able to convert inside.
And the true test of a team's character is how they respond when they get hit in the mouth. Keep digging.
Rozier with it. The deficit now up to 12. Scores from the post. Celtics have it. Walker to Cantor. Doesn't have the touch. No good.
The contest was good, but you being a nuisance was great. Continue to be that gnat that no matter how many times you swing at it, it never goes away.
Into the front court, it's Walker. His team leads it by 10. To Hayward. To Walker. Hayward. Textbook defense. Rozier into the front court, trailing by 10. Batum to Rozier. And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. The result, he's going to the line.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Gordon Hayward has got 2 shots coming. For his career, 82%. Misses the first. Second one's good. Splits the pair. Across the timeline, it's Rozier. His guy's down 11. Missed it. Almost a foul. They let it go. Gordon Hayward, that's how it's done. Not shaken for the early struggles. Maybe this is a sign of things to come.
Underutilized, underutilized, underutilized. Am I getting my point across? Let's see more of it.
Now ready for a couple of free throws.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
And hits the first free throw. So he hits the first, misses the second. To Hayward. Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive. Short jumper stays out.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
To Rozier. Rozier rocking the rim. Here on their home floor, they're chipping away.
I mean, does this crowd have a pulse? Are they even alive? Sometimes when you make a play like that, your crowd needs to get you back in this ball game.
Pass stolen by the Hornets.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort is off the charts.
To Hayward. Here comes the screen. To Marcus Smart. Has a chance. Deep 2 there. Won't go. Almost. Unlucky bounce. Hayward to Cantor. Knocks it down from mid-range.
This is where I go back into player mode. If a dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
To Miles Bridges. Oh, ferocious slam inside. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
To Cantor. Billy Hernan-Gomez sends it away.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
Hey, one of the things I hear all the great teams say in the huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, no mercy. Now it's time for you to go even harder on the defensive end.
I got ball. I got ball.
To Miles Bridges. Rozier. Rebound hauled in by the Celtics.
My ball. Hold on.
Jason Tatum tips it. Out of bounds the call. Last touch by Jason Tatum. Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. Batum. Add 2 points to the board.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
to Cantor. Not that time. Rozier with it. They find themselves down 10. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Free throw good to cap off the three-point play. That cuts it to a 7-point game. The Celtics down to 4 in the shot clock to Marcus Smart. Beyond the arc for 3. Marcus Smart forcing that one. Well defended. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
Big shout out to the athletic trainer for this team. It's obvious you've been doing all the preparation required of your team in the weight room in the offseason. Flex on them a little bit.
You've got to get that one to go. Hornets right now in possession. To Nick Batum. To Miles Bridges. Stuffs it down with authority. Neither side is giving up an inch.
I guarantee you tomorrow on Complex's social feed, that play will have millions of views. And I'm really looking forward to this fourth quarter because the first 3 have lived up to the billing.
Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. Walker. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The ref spit, and that's the game.
Kemba Walker at the line for a chance at a three-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. Free throw good as he completes the three-point play. The lead is up to 6. Rozier into the front court. He'll run the offense. To Miles Bridges. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
3 quarters down with the Celtics in front. Hornets with the first possession here in the fourth quarter. They trail to this point, but you'd have to say this one's up for grabs.
And the new style we play with in this league, all it takes is 3 quick threes, and you're right back in the ballgame.
Oh, nice find for the basket.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
Celtics have it. Walker to Jaylen Brown. Here comes the screen. To the rim, lays it up and in.
Look at that, calm under pressure. You see a lot of guys rush those. Nice extra move there.
To Batum. Short jumper off the mark.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Brown shot, no good.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
To Kemba Walker. No good. Oh, it looked like he may have gotten him there. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battles. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
And the finish at the rim.
The defender needs to do a better job of forcing a pickup there.
Walker with the basketball. Leads 4. Nothing going here on that drive. Walker to Marcus Smart. He's going to the free throw line to shoot.
This drives me nuts when I see fouls like that being called in a close game. Sometimes you just got to let them play, ref.
Jaylen Brown, a couple of free throws on the way. A career 65% free throw shooter. First one goes down. Can't connect on the second, and he splits the pair. Across the timeline, it's Rozier. The deficit now up to 5. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
So much about passing is about the pace of the pass. Sometimes you need to dart the pass through the gap. Other times you need to have a feathery touch where you can loft the ball up for your player to dunk the ball. That pace is everything in this game.
Couple of cracks at the line now.
No, no, no. I'll tell you. The team that makes the little mistakes, like committing unnecessary reach-in fouls like that, will be the team that ends up with the L.
Off the mark on the first free throw. And he's able to hit the second after missing that first one. Charlotte with the basketball. To Miles Bridges. Can't connect from in close. To Hayward. To Marcus Smart. Boston with 4 to shoot. Hayward to Marcus Smart. 24-second violation. Looks like both teams are making substitutions. To Nick Batum. he's fouled. Earns a trip to the foul line, Jay.
All right, that was a little bit of a gamble there, but not a terrible move sending him to the free throw line.
First free throw is good. Goes 2 for 2. To Marcus Smart.
Ice. Sit down, I'm here.
Great defense there, forcing the pickup. Shot clock, it's coming down to 4. Now down to 3. Short jumper off the mark.
Ed, the game is so different. In today's NBA, defenders are longer, quicker, and more athletic than we've ever seen before. So offensively, as a shooter, you either have to be able to create more space off the dribble for your shot or have a much faster release. Ideally, you have both in your arsenal.
And his Cantor above the rim.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Ball's controlled by Boston. To Jaylen Brown. Probing the defense. Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
To Batum. Almost, and he's not getting the call. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
Let me tell you something that nobody will ever talk about. Did you see him slow down right before he was about to go up? That slow change of speed, that slight change was just enough to throw the defender off.
Hayward. And a pass taken away by Charlotte.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
To Nick Batum. For 3. Rebound Jason Tatum. To Jaylen Brown. To Marcus Smart. Knocked loose. Down to 5 on the 24. Here's a chance from long range. Tough shot there for Jaylen Brown. No good. Hornets at the controls of this one. To Batum. Down to 5. Down to 4 to shoot. Batum. Oh, big finish at the rim. Timeout Boston as they'll make sure they're aligned here in a 2-point basketball game.
I know the fans didn't get a chance to hear this during the break, but the coaches are wearing a mic for the broadcast. I heard a lot of arguing inside the huddle. It lets you know that the intensity level is pretty high going into the fourth.
Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Walker to Cantor. Using the post to his advantage there and the finish at the rim.
You've heard it before. Slow and steady wins the race. This approach might be working out after all.
To Miles Bridges.
Watch him. I got you. Look, right here. Right here.
Perfect feed to set up the basket.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in a zone by himself.
Across the timeline, it's Walker. Leads a bucket. Hayward to Walker. Goes to the right side. Hayward to Kemba Walker. Cody Zeller sends it away.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Charlotte basketball. Tough make through traffic.
No excuse to not be a little bit more physical there on the defensive end. Needed that stop.
Walker into the front court. All even here in the fourth. To Hayward. Here comes the screen. Hayward. Tatum. Can't connect.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Rozier with it. All tied up. Just underway in this fourth quarter. Scores from the post.
There you go. Finally. Shoot your shot.
Boston with the basketball. He gets it.
When I think about Kemba Walker, I think about a self-made elite PG. He's a little guy that thrives amongst the NBA giants, and he's fearless. Let me tell you about how fearless he is. Even Alvin Gentry said he's probably the biggest competitor he's ever seen. You could put him right up there with the likes of Kobe Bryant from a competitive standpoint. That goes to show you that Walker will do anything and everything to beat you every possession.
Second effort. Follows and finishes.
And here's a next level comment for you. K-Walk is one of the rare guys in the league today that blurs the lines between the streets and the league.
And he's fouled. A couple of free throws coming up, Jay.
Yes, I love this move. Send him to the line. Chances are probably good he doesn't make both. And you also stop the clock while getting another possession.
Cody Zeller at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 73%. Knocks down the first. And he makes them both. Hayward to Walker. Gets a shot up off the mark. Hornets have the basketball. To Nick Batum. Had a good look there, but it's no good.
And you have to remember that your hand is part of the ball. There wasn't enough contact on that play for the refs to blow the whistle.
Runner's good there.
That might have been a little bit easier than expected there, considering the score.
Rozier into the front court. His guys find themselves trailing by a bucket. Knocked loose. Curling inside. A lot of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Into the front court, it's Walker. Our score all even here in the fourth quarter. Nothing going here on that drive. Got it.
It can only be one of two things here. One, the defender ran out of gas. Or two, this dude is just unstoppable.
No, I missed a short one there. Celtics have it. Deep left corner. To Kemba Walker. Nothing going here on that drive. Hayward to Walker. The Celtics down to 4 in the shot clock. No good.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
Here comes the screen. Big finish at the rim.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
To Hayward. Boston with 4 to shoot. Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Throw down. Play is stopped. Timeout Boston as they dig into their bag of tricks, trying to draw up the game winner. Deep three at the buzzer. The quarters come to an end. We have a tie ball game. And the extra period begins. Walker to Jaylen Brown. Hayward to Kemba Walker. Work it down to Brown. Whoa, Jaylen Brown above the rim.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. Hornets right now in possession to Batum. And the finish, slam dunk.
See, Ed, that's what I love. You don't need to conserve your energy. You attack that rim with ferocity. You always set the tone.
Walker with the basketball. Looking to make something happen. To Hayward. Down to 5 on the 24. And a putback slam.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
Across the timeline, it's Rozier. Down 2. Able to convert inside.
Old school equals high percentage.
Across the timeline, it's Walker. He'll run the offense. Nothing going here on that drive. Layup goes down. Well done.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Charlotte with the basketball. It goes down.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Rozier with it. Trailing by 4. Give him 2 points. High percentage.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
And they called the foul. Jay, he was there too late.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
Enes Kanter has got 2 shots coming. For his career, 77% at the line. First one, count it.
It's like practice.
Second one off the mark. He goes 1 for 2. Rozier into the front court. They're down 3. Walker to Kanter. Shot clock's at 5. Down to 4. He connects. Had all the time in the world. Too easy.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size, but in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
Ouch. And it doesn't look good. James Borrego's going to make some changes. You hate to see a player get hurt with what appeared to be an upper body injury. And he connects on the first free throw.
Good shot, money. Good shot, money.
And gets both to drop at the line. To Jaylen Brown. Slam dunk.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
Hornets at the controls of this one. Here comes the screen to Nick Batum. Shot clock coming down to 4. Down to 3. Going to launch beyond the arc. Not that time. Walker into the front court. Leads 5. To Brown. Down low. Off the assist.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
To Rozier. The Hornets with 4 to shoot to Batum. And a chance coming up at the line.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
Nick Batum, couple of free throws on the way. Hasn't missed yet. And hits the first free throw.
Oh, yeah, get your money, man.
No back-to-back free throws here. He missed the second. Here's the whistle. Intentional foul.
Defense, let's go.
And here's the foul. Right now it's a 2-possession game, so if he hits 1 or 2 of these, it could be all she wrote. First one goes down. Able to convert on both free throws. Now a timeout for the Hornets coach as they'll make sure they're all on the same wavelength here in this 4th quarter of play. To Rozier. Knocked loose. Hornets grab it. Deep 3 at the buzzer. Terry Rozier is going to get a chance at 3 here. He's been steady, 83% at the line. First try, no good. And he misses the second. And he knocks down that free throw. It's a victory here for the Celtics as they win it in overtime. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Jalen Rose here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Celtics stayed strong to get the overtime victory. Teams showed their heart in the extra minutes, and it was clearly on display in this matchup. What a great game. It was definitely a thriller. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Boston Celtics. The Hornets finished on the losing end of a close score. When a team goes back and review the film, coach will probably find areas of improvement. But one thing he can't say is they should have shot better. They did a great job of scoring in this game. The Charlotte Hornets got their score from the guys you're seeing here on screen.
Game track. Assists.
You can tell both of these teams feel very comfortable in their offensive systems. There was plenty of great playmaking in this contest.
Player of the game.
Kemba Walker gets the award for the most obvious reason, and that's his scoring output. He couldn't be stopped, and it was incredible to watch.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have their off nights. Today was just one of those days for this guy. Here are the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
See y'all next time. Jalen Rose signing out.